Welcome to Silver and Black Films presents Antonio Brown is Worth It.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Inside, outside, come around. Who's that? Brown.
The last couple of weeks for Oakland Raiders receiver Antonio Brown have been filled with drama, and the media has had plenty to say. He's a diva. He's a locker room cancer. Coach Gruden won't be able to put up with him. Derek Carr won't be able to handle him. Look at the drama he's created already, and he hasn't even played a game for him yet. How's it working out for you? Do you feel like it's worth it now? The answer is a resounding yes. He's the best receiver in the game today. His production trumps every receiver's production over the last 5 years. If Carr was an MVP candidate with Amari Cooper, Michael Crabtree, and Seth Roberts, what will he be with Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams, and Hunter Renfrow or Ryan Grant? As for the drama, there will be some. Every player as good as Brown has some diva in him, but it's worth it as the media overblows a lot of it. Brown is a juggernaut at his position that can do everything. Let's start with his route running, as he always finds the soft spot in the zone. He's not afraid to catch the ball over the middle of that zone either. He knows just where to sit down. Those routes are at a perfect angle, so the quarterback has a window to throw the ball into. And he's really going to eat you up in man-to-man coverage. Look at that separation. And when his quarterback is on the move, he knows what to do. Look at this route. Oh, and he can run after the catch. He can turn a short pass into a big play. or a touchdown. He's even good with the bubble screens they run now. And with the speed he has, he could take those to the house. And when you combine that route running with speed, you have a deep threat. Oh, about his speed, he can say forget the route and run right past you. Watch him adjust his route and run away from double coverage. And he has the body control and hands to catch anything thrown near him. And even though he's not very big, he will snatch away the contested catch. He will go up and get it. All of those talents make him a threat in the red zone as well. "2018 was a down year for Brown standards, but he still led the league in touchdowns with 15 of them. The drama with Ben Roethlisberger led him into the waiting arms of Carr. Then they worked on their connection immediately. Then some more during OTAs and minicamp. Then Brown shows up to training camp in a hot air balloon, which isn't a big deal. It fits right in with the old Raiders stories. The big deal is that he had frostbite from cryotherapy and couldn't practice. It looked like his feet were falling apart. Well, he did manage to practice once, and he looked like Antonio Brown. Yeah, he cooked a couple of fools. And he let everyone know about it and made practice more competitive. But the one rep he couldn't get over was when he was D'd up by slot cornerback LaMarcus Joyner.
I was trying to see him hitting up. I just got a little burn on me. I still could have cut that. I owe him. So make sure he stay clean.
Slot cornerback LaMarcus Joyner.
Antonio Brown had his most extensive practice of camp so far. There was only one DB who was able to actually keep up with him and knock a ball down, and that was you. Can you Can you run through exactly what happened on that play?
I mean, Antonio Brown's one of those guys. It's like Sunday. Every rep against him and Renfro for me is Sunday, and you know that if he's out there, the ball is coming to him. So I just locked in and I competed, because if you don't compete with Antonio Brown, he's gonna embarrass you and he's gonna rub it in your face. And I didn't feel like having a down practice that day, because I didn't want to see him dancing with the stars. So, so I had to compete.
Number 1 cornerback Garyon Conley.
Yeah, of course, it's gonna make me better. I mean, we brought him here because he's a great receiver. You know, every time I get a chance to go against him, I try to go against him, and always ask him questions about when he breaks and just what he's doing at the line, down the field, how he plays against receivers. So it's gonna make me better in the long run.
You can always tell who and what a player is by how his teammates respond to him, and Brown is beloved by his new teammates. People are going to say that's just right now in the honeymoon stages. What's going to happen when Brown isn't getting the ball and the Raiders are losing? Number 1, Gruden brought Brown in to get him the ball. Number 2, what happened in Pittsburgh was a beef between him and Roethlisberger that had nothing to do with the ball. Now his issues with the NFL, but he's not going to retire. Look what Brown had to say about it. I'll give you a minute to read it. And then I'll just say this. In the words of Hammer, he's So back into the football field he went. He actually ran some routes in the pregame warm-up before the preseason game against the Arizona Cardinals. And I'll just say he looks like Antonio Brown. He's still fast. Okay, a little love for the fans. And he can still cut. His feet didn't fall off after all. Then he went back to practice without missing a beat.
Do you see anything that at this point would hold Antonio Brown back from practicing full?
I do not. He did everything with us just now, and the man's recall is unbelievable. He came in and no mental errors. You know, in this offense, that's not easy to do, especially, you know, whenever you have a day off, even just as a player, you come back and you're like, you gotta stay on on Coach Gruden's offense all the time, and you could tell Antonio's been studying because he came out and didn't miss a beat.
Was he out there in 11 on 11 and 7 on 7, or was he?
Yeah, whatever we did today, he was a part of it, a part of everything that we did today.
How was that for you to feel like you have this big piece, you know, finally on the field?
Yeah, you know, I can get to all my checks and do all that kind of stuff like I'll do during the season. You know, and then I have, you know, the big, you know, Tyrell and Waller and you know, our running backs and Antonio. They're all one-on-one. What do you do? Who do you go to? And you know, that's the mental game we're going to have to play. You know, me and Coach Gruden, and talking about that beforehand. But it's nice to have him, and I can, you know, play it like a real game. You know, and where I go and what I do.
Yeah, who do you try to stop? 6'4" speedster Tyrell Williams is on the other side. For 240 running, J.J. Nelson will be in the mix as well. And the Raiders would have another sub 4-3 burner if Rico Gafford makes the team. That would be scary. All that would open up things for Ryan Grant, and Hunter Renfrow in the slot. Oh, and let's not forget the Raiders have another 4-4 40 running tight end in Darren Waller. opposing defenses can't focus on just stopping the pass because the Raiders have first-round pick Joshua Jacobs coming at them. Gruden loves to pound the rock, and Jacobs can do just that. And that is a complete and explosive offense. So it's time for Brown to get back out there and do his thing, right? Wrong, because the NFL changed the rules as they went along. They originally told him he could play if he could find a model of his helmet that was less than 10 years old, and he did that. But while he was out looking for it, the NFL said they would need to test the helmet, and of course, it failed that test. Did that helmet have a chance to pass from the beginning? This sounds like the NFL messing with Brown, trying to get him back in his lane. So Brown took his helmet and went home to skip practice again.
AB is not here today, right? So here's the bottom line. He's upset about the helmet issue. We have supported that. We appreciate that. Okay, but at this point, we've pretty much exhausted all avenues of relief. So from our perspective, it's time for him to be all in or all out. Okay, so we're hoping he's back soon. We got 89 guys busting their tails. We are really excited about where this franchise is going, and we hope AB is going to be a big part of it starting week 1 against Denver. End of story.
That's all true. It's time for Brown to be all in or all out. And for $50 million, I'll say he's going to be all in. Who do you know that's going to leave $50 million on the table? A billionaire wouldn't do that. And he leads the NFL with 71 touchdown catches since 2013 with second place at 50. So at the end of the day, Brown is and will be worth it. Thank you for watching and see you next Sunday.